On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts
now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 44, recorded live on July 14th, 2015. My name is Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly.
And I'm Quid. You can find me at the thing on my back at MXQuid on Twitter.
Twitter. There you go. So if you guys don't know, Quid, he is a professional esports player for whatever he wants. That's how good he is. He just, whatever it is, he'll do it.
I could just play any game, so that's fine.
Any game. And as you can see on the back wall, he has Pimp My Setup written. Very awesome. He ruined his wall to do it. Now, he's got whiteboard paint, which is even cooler. It's a very cool tip for people who have blank walls and want to write Pimp My Setup on it. You can. So there you go.
That's the only thing that I wrote on it.
Yeah.
At that point, why upgrade?
Since day one. Yeah, that's really the only thing you've ever had on it, which is, it means a lot to me. It's also a little weird, but it's also really cool.
You know what?
It works. Yeah. So
I'm just a loyal fan, dude. Watch every episode.
So let's see. What else is there that I want? I feel like there's, a lot of people might not realize, especially since I'm wearing a different shirt in every episode, but this is the fourth one I filmed today. It's insane. So I apologize if I don't make sense with some of the things that I'm about to say for these setups, but it's okay. We'll get used to it. So here we go. First setup is submitted by Lawrence. I would assume that's how you say it. It's not plural or anything, so I don't know. But
yeah, I was very confused about that.
Amsterdam. That's why. All the way from Amsterdam, which is pretty cool. Now, a little game that I play is Guess the Age. So, Quid, how old do you think Lawrence is?
So, in preparation for this game that we play, I did it all prior.
Really?
Yeah. I was ready for it. I was watching the last episode. Anyway, can I give you a range? Am I allowed to do a range of age?
It's not as cool, but you could do it.
Okay, then I'll hit a midpoint. 19.
19. Well,
she's like 2, isn't she?
I actually think it's a guy. I'm not gonna lie, Lawrence.
Or
like, because it's Amsterdam.
I don't know.
Because it's Amsterdam.
You typed Lauren, like in the spreadsheet or whatever. So
oops, my bad. My bad. That's actually my bad. Okay, so I think that's a good guess considering there's Jack Daniels on the desk, but Lawrence is actually 18.
Oh, dude,
so close, so close. Yeah, that was really close. So yeah, this setup is like a lot going on. You have 2 workstations. You have your gaming stuff up on the shelf, and lefty. I was like, what's wrong with their keyboard on the wrong side of the mouse? I'm like, that's weird, but that's because they're lefty. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. It's also a little cramped, so definitely seeing something a little bit bigger would be nice because, bigger's better. I mean, the reason why I say it is because the Apple setup on the left, the keyboard I feel like is too far over, and that secondary display isn't really necessary. I understand if you need one, but as far as taking up that much space, it's not really ideal. It would look great if you had centered the iMac without that secondary display, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on having dual workstations?
Yeah, with dual workstations, I actually like it just because it gives you that ability to switch between 2 completely different environments without having to do any sort of special tricks like virtualization or all that. I'm all for it personally if you can make it work, because if you get it too cramped, kind of like how this is it's on the cusp of being a little too cramped.
Yeah.
But other than that, I like the dual machine setup.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that the chair is weird. It's pretty interesting. I don't know. That might be really comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know what's really going on with that, honestly.
It looks like it hugs you. It's like, oh yeah, you like that? So that PC though, that PC looks great. Honestly, I love the look of that. I don't know if I would put my iPad up against it. Well, actually, I guess it's on a stand. It's really hard to see. Yeah. Oh, it's on a smart case. That's what it looks like. But really what it comes down to is there's a lot of stuff on the desk. So again, I would get rid of that secondary display on the left side, center that iMac, center your peripherals for it, and really do the same for the other side. I think it's a good spot for the PC, but if you have that secondary display, it's going to be cramped. Now, what are your thoughts on, I don't know if that's wallpaper or he just took like, I don't know, it's like all crumpled, the newspaper. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I tried to decipher exactly what that was. I want to say that it has some sort of like theme to it. It almost looks like it could be a curtain. It looks like a curtain.
Oh, I think so. It just like broke the code there. Yeah.
It could be covering something, like a really unique curtain.
Oh, I like that then.
Totally know like if I agree with the choice of like it being thrown in there, because it probably has some sort of significance to you, but I feel like it has no correlation with theme at all, and it just kind of confuses me. It's a little, I don't want to, crap on you, but it's like almost like an eyesore kind of thing.
That's true, though.
There's a lot going on behind your monitor, and I don't know.
Yeah, that's more like a shower curtain.
Whatever. I agree. Whatever works for you, though.
Yeah, so overall, I mean, cable management, you know what? You're right. The more I look at it, like underneath how it's like kind of laying on the floor.
Yeah.
I think you're right about that. The cable management.
You can see like how it kind of wraps to the very left of the iMac. You can see like the wave in it that gives it that like curtain kind of like look to it.
Yeah, I was like,
it's definitely not what's it called, pure newspaper though. That's for sure.
It's probably just printed on.
Yeah.
I was about to say though, I'm like, yeah, if that's wallpaper, then whoever did that did a terrible job. You might want to get your money back. But yeah, the cable management looks awful from what I can see, and that's me really stretching considering it's pretty shadowed and I just see like a bunch in the corner. But it is a nice try using your egg chair to cover it. Nice try.
My first thought by looking at that second picture that we have is you did the job of getting most, if not all, of the wires off the desk and hanging off or on the floor, but it also kind of looks like you took a broom and just kind of push this down in here. No one's gonna notice that.
That's fine.
But we noticed it because this has been my setup.
Yeah, we don't mess around. We're self-proclaimed amazing people. People are saying I should read the message. I don't know how to read, guys. That's the problem. Let's see. Quickly reading. The left side of the L shape is removable. Okay, then remove it and have two separate workstations. Boom. Okay, it is a curtain. Okay. Yeah. All right, well, there we go. Not anything too crazy to know, but let's go to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Blake, and he's from North Carolina. What's up, man? I don't live there, but hey.
He's in the same country.
We're close. Dude? We're on the East Coast. So taking a look at this photo, how old do you think Blake is?
Shot in the dark here today, ladies and gentlemen. 17?
17, 30.
He's going to be older.
I keep doing the Fetty Wap. No, he's 11.
What? Okay, I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it.
I think you were stretching there.
I had a reason for why I said 17, but I don't fully remember, so I'm just gonna stop talking.
So like in the moment you're like, this is a breakthrough. He's 17, and now you're like, I forget. Honestly, you
got a decent amount of stuff on your desk to like have something racked up over time where it's like, I don't know, to be 11 years old and to have that much stuff. That's pretty cool.
Dude, 11, insane, literally insane. He's got an iMac, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
My parents gave me one of those Leapfrog computers until I was 15, so that's what I dealt with. But honestly, what I like about this looks like a kid that actually goes outside.
Yeah.
Now, that's something I never experienced. So I have to say props for having a balance between technology and sports. And seriously, I don't know about you. I know that you played a lot of soccer and stuff. I guess you guys would be kind of the same. Like,
yeah, he's got a lot of balls. That's for sure.
Got him.
not even trying to be that guy, but
yeah.
He seems like definitely an active dude if he's playing all these different sports, or
which is good.
Maybe he likes to pretend to, you know,
Oh, yeah.
look like the cool guy on Pimp My Setup. I get you. I'm on that grind as well, but you know.
You know what it looks like? It looks like at toy stores or at Dave and Buster's, the prize thing where they have like the different. He probably just stole it and was like, "I look active now." I don't know. That's not how North Carolina people talk. I just my bad.
They do.
Yeah, I don't know. So the problem with this is not using the desk properly. I'm going to take a look at the left side, and it looks, I could be completely wrong, but it looks like there's a keyboard tray to the left, which means you're not even using the main part, quote unquote. And what bugs me about that is the fact that you have an iMac with a keyboard and mouse, and then a Windows PC with the keyboard and mouse. So you should, kind of like the last setup, utilize both sides. It's even if you don't use a keyboard tray, you should be utilizing it completely. The Xbox One should go in the far corner. You should be able to really change the placement of the two TVs for the PC, and you know, I don't know. I would probably get rid of that right one, but I understand you're 11. I mean, Jesus Christ. But what I want to ask you is, what do you think about underneath, like with the headphones there and the Turtle Beach box and all that? What do you think?
I don't know. I guess I like the fact that it's, you know, out of sight, out of mind kind of deal when you're not using it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you have those headphones on like all the time whenever you're at your setup, which you probably do. But, you know, where do you put that if you're not wearing them, but you're still sitting there like listening to the speakers that you obviously have on your desk, and it's just like kind of dangling in between your legs? I don't know.
He might be letting his, you know, down below take a listen at what's happening.
I'm sure.
You hear that music?
I'm sure it's interested.
That PC is so old, dude. You're 11. You should have like a custom built PC by now, you know, with like $5,000 put into it. No, but that's what a lot of people apparently think. You know, if you're 11 and have stuff, you're spoiled. So you should be spoiled a little bit more. Tell your parents I said that. But no, honestly, this is a really cool setup. I just think that for where you're at, you need to learn to place it. It's cool to have all these things, but putting them together doesn't make it any cooler. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's really all there is to say about that.
I have a question for you, Matt, before we switch to the next setup.
Okay.
Do you disagree with my recommendation of adding some sort of like KVM switch into the setup where he'll be able to switch using the keyboard and mouse on both setups, so he doesn't have to fill up the desk with two keyboards and two mouses.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's perfect, especially because, oh wait, I didn't even realize he has swashin up on the iMac. Thank you.
What a guy.
Yeah, geez. No, but that's actually like a really good idea, because just think about one mouse and one keyboard and how much better this setup would look if you wanted to keep it like that.
Yeah.
You know, so I totally agree. That's a good recommendation. Okay, this next setup. Man, there's a lot of. Actually, I'm not going to say it yet until you guess the age. I think I may have given it away. Okay, how old do you think Will is?
Okay, I made this little. I don't even know the word for it. I was making an infersion. I was inferring that I want to say like maybe like 20 or something like that. I don't know if that's a college sticker up there, or I don't know. Like, is this kid young? Like, what is this?
Oh yeah.
How are you? This
Dude.
is such a slip.
Okay, you want to know how old he is?
No, I don't want to know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway. He's 7. No, he's 12. 12. You know what I love about this setup? I think I could sum it up very easily. The desk is beautiful, so nice, and that chair looks uncomfortable as all shit. But I would totally sit in it because it matches my desk. And I mean, you have pillows, so I could tell it probably hurts your back. But yeah, I love that desk, and I love that wool color, and I love the way it works together, and I love those two AOC displays. I think those are the 23-inch. I had 3 of the 27-inch. Oh my god, those are so nice. I mean, literally, this thing. Oh my god, look at the chat. They're like, "What the f? I'm done."
Yeah.
Why, America? I know, guys. I know, but
that's a lie and a half.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find this kid.
You know what it is? It's probably shared with his parents.
You think so?
But then I look at it, I'm like, No, because he's got his sick ass Logitech G whatever headphones sitting there. He's got his MacBook. He's got his lacrosse stick. I mean, he's claimed the spot. It used to be probably his mom's office, and he's like, "Get out! This is mine now. This is mine."
Yeah.
Yeah. So taking a look at it though, what I want to know is, what do you think of all the stuff from the left side all the way to the right that's on top of the desk? Do you think it's complete overkill?
In what? Wait, what are you talking about? In what respect?
Like,
what would be overkill?
Like the stuff on the left side, it's like just random shit is there. And also on the complete right side, like where the Gatorade is, the ice water, and his, like, do you think that he kept it neat enough to where it doesn't bother you, or do you think that he should clean up a bit?
I don't think it bothers me at all.
Really?
I feel like he has it in all organized in a sense of like, it's believable that he can maintain that kind of cleanliness across the desk.
Yeah.
It's not like he just had a desk that was messy and just swiped everything off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it does give it a little more like, okay, he actually uses this. It's not like some model IKEA photo or something. But one of my biggest complaints is, I believe it's just a whiteboard. It's just, why is it there?
Yeah. It's spaced a little oddly, but you can understand it if it's been there for a while and you're like, you don't
just worked
totally
around
want to
it.
remove it.
Yeah. What it should be is like right above that like drawer dresser thing on the far right side. That would look amazing.
Yep.
And then this is one where I wouldn't say, no, you don't need posters. You don't need stuff like that. You need sick ass canvas art, like big canvas art. I mean, it looks like you have a lot of space in this room. Honestly, it looks like a very tall room. It could just be the way the photo is, but it looks like a pretty big ceiling. So don't you think that would look dope? Like some canvas art of like New York City or something, or North Carolina. Oh wait, no, that's the other guy.
Yeah, I agree a lot. I think all that canvas art, everything, I think it would add a lot more to it.
Yeah.
Because if you moved the whiteboard, it would even look a little more like bland. Not saying that the blandness, I guess you could say, that you have now is bad, because it's a nice, simple, and sleek look. But I think that the moving of the whiteboard would definitely give it a little too much of a blank canvas that doesn't look totally appealing.
Yeah. I was also wrong. Those are the 27-inch monitors, so that even like that puts more in perspective how big that room is and how big that desk is.
Yeah, that's insane.
Very, very nice. So, gotta say, dude, props to you. You have a better setup than me, and you're 12. Yeah. So I'm gonna go jump off a bridge. Yeah. So now this is more believable for the age. The next setup is submitted by Seth. How old do you think Seth is?
All right, I said 16.
16.
Is he younger?
Yeah, he's 14.
14.
Oh, okay. All right. I think it's a little more believable on this one, that this looks more like a 14-year-old setup, and that's not in a diss kind of way. It's like, holy shit, the last setup was insane for 12. But wow, can we just take a moment to clap for the cable management on that desk? I mean, that is insane. I mean, let's zoom in. I see, like, on the right side, that's kind of where it all comes to a head, but still, and you vacuumed, man. It just means a lot. But now I think maybe you'll agree with me on this one. This, compared to the last one, is way too cluttered on the desktop. Not terrible, but
it has so much. It's not like dirty, it's not messy, but it's a little too much.
Yeah.
I think the game cases are a little bit overkill and unneeded, because there are so many ways you could organize your games other than keeping them in the case.
Yeah. And
although I kind of dig the idea of how the game cases are displayed on the keyboard, it looks cool, but it also doesn't. Like, it looks a little bit too, like, it looks like it's stored away when it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, what you could do is just get some shelves for the wall, have them like lined up if you want to showcase all the cases. But yeah, it's like I give you props for trying to make that work, but it's just, I don't think it's going to work out in the long run. The PC is on bare carpet, which is scary. Put that on like a piece of wood or something like that. Now the TV, I'm sure a lot of people are probably like, bro, why is it so high? But if you look to the left, there's his bed. It's probably like, I would assume at the perfect height for him when he's in bed. And it has the Pimp My Setup logo on it, so good job. But I don't know. Maybe it's too high. As far as using it in the setup, I hope you don't sit there and play games while sitting in front of your desk, because your neck is probably, especially at the age 14, man, that shit's like real soft, and you're gonna like mess it up, and it's gonna be bad. Now I guess the corner, the controller thing is cool because it's one of those charger stations. But I think that it's still, there's some stuff in that corner that's a little overkill. You have like a organizational thing, but there's nothing in it. So it's like either put stuff in it or take it off. And then also the poster, I would most likely frame it if you can and get a few more.
I agree. I think the framing of the poster would definitely make it like worlds better than it looks now, because obviously been over this on Pimp My Setup all the time. Like the posters just straight up on the wall sometimes often don't look so amazing. And I definitely also agree with getting another poster. I think having two posters on both ends of the wall would like make it look a little more full and complete. Because the spacing of the poster on the left and the TV on the right just kind of like, they don't agree with each other. I don't think.
It's too much. That's what it is. It's crazy. So, I mean, really, I like the lights, though. I have to say that putting the light in the corner, bouncing off the wall, that's good. That's a good way to get some ambient light. And it does kind of break up the room, because although that green is pretty dope, it's like a green-gray kind of, it looks like.
I didn't even notice it was green until you pointed that out.
It's like tinted green. I don't know if that's just a photo or...
I don't know. I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, so regardless, as nice and plain as it is, LEDs would look good. You know, give it a little more spruce of color in some posters. And all right, so let's go to the next setup. This one, I have to say, I really like it.
I love this setup.
So nice.
I love it.
But you love it, but do you know how old Jonathan actually is?
Dude,
this is a hard one. This is a hard one.
I gotta give up. Okay, I initially wrote 19, but I want to switch it higher, but I'm not going to because I won't second guess myself. He's like 27.
He's 43. No, I'm just kidding. He is actually 16.
Okay.
So, right. And you know what? It's like a very clean setup for a 16-year-old, honestly. First off, those displays, they look nice. They look nice.
Oh, yeah.
I love the stand, too. It's so, like, futuristic and the thin bezel, and it's just, it looks sexy. Now, as far as cable management, from what we can see, very clean.
On fleek.
On fleek. Except for the one part that I'm going to complain about is your monitor. Now, I know that your stand is not friendly for cable management since it has a slit in the back, but you can still bundle it up so it's one cable going down rather than kind of like 2, 3, or 4. That's one thing that I would say. I guess it's all running off of his MacBook, I would assume. MacBook Pro, something in the middle. I don't think that's terrible. I think that that's actually pretty sleek at first. You don't really notice it. Keyboard, trackpad, pretty good. iPad, I mean, I guess you're not always keeping it there, so it's not a big deal. iPhone's good. But what's your thoughts on like everything else? Like what is that called? A razor? No, ripstick?
I was gonna say, I feel like I was gonna say the wrong name for it. It's like razor, ripstick, all that. I was gonna say ripstick personally, so sorry if I offended you with my lack of knowledge on these things. But one thing I just want to notice before I forgot was, I don't know why, I just really enjoy the fact that he got that outer casing, that outer shell for the MacBook to like perfectly match the desk. And like, I feel like not many people would go out of their way to do that. And I know that's probably a basic thing that you look for in people's setups on the show, but I don't know. I just enjoyed that. It looks really nice. But that on top of, let's see, now I'm losing my train of thought. I just love everything about this setup. Like, obviously you're very musically inclined. And I think the way that all of your equipment is set up throughout the room across the wall, it looks so natural, and all the colors just, I love it. All the colors just blend together so much.
Those LEDs, you got blue on top, green on bottom.
Yeah, like that confused me actually.
Really?
I don't know. It looks cool, but it kind of confuses me. I mean, obviously, I think that just comes down to personal preference.
Yeah, I'm sure he changes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he has, because it's RGB, so I'm sure he might even have it flicker through, which is cool. I would like to see maybe, because I don't know what the rest of your room looks like at the top, but it would be cool to see some ambient lighting shooting off, like color-wise. If not, I would say fill that space. Maybe even like, I would say, what is that? Oh man, I'm blanking on the name of the noise-proof sound canceling stuff. What is it called? Someone's gonna tell me. The sound dampening stuff. Oh my god, I can't think of the name of it. But put some of that on the wall, because I'm sure it's just what musicians do. You know, like, I don't know, like, yeah, this works. Some big ass speaker / monitor things. Those are intense, but I see why you would need it. Yeah. But overall, it is just a very simplistic, personal setup without overloading it with tons of crap. You know?
That I'm all for minimalism. So the fact that this has so much to offer, and it looks like anyone can just hop on and use it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. And let's see, noise. Yeah, foam. Sure, foam. Acoustic foam. That's what it was. Okay, sorry, I'm just freaked out about that. Now this next setup. How old do you think Younes is? I don't know.
I gave him 14. Now, don't read me. Before you reveal his actual age, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt and give them that older age, because I don't want to say that someone's 12 and then they're 16. I'm like, because we're all friends here.
He's actually 19, but no, I'm kidding. Yeah. He's 15, so you were close. You were 1 year off.
I'm still that guy.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? Looking at this does look like a 15-year-old setup, you know?
Yep.
That's why a lot of people are like, yeah, this is how they should look. And then you see the guy who was 12 and you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. So really what this comes down to is equipment. I mean, that left display, I'm sure it was a hand-me-down. It's just kind of one of those things that you have to deal with. And that's not a big deal. That's not a problem. I don't, you know, it is what it is.
Everyone knows that grind.
Yeah, but I think you'd be better off without it. Now, the reason I say that is because your desk is so small that you should have that big TV centered with where your legs sit, and then usually on the left side they'll put like a picture frame or something to just fill that spot. Now, maybe I'm just tripping, but do you see the second speaker? Because I only see one.
It's on top of the tower, at the bottom.
Oh, that is. See, the reason why I wasn't looking at it is because that's a terrible spot for it.
Yeah,
really.
Your head's gonna be twisting with all the random placement. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It would hurt my head just trying to listen to some sort of stereo track just coming out of every wazoo and all that.
It's like, oh, it's down here. You know, like that's why you need to have the secondary display go so you can put the speakers in the right spot. I mean, it's not a terrible room though. I mean, you have a cool poster on your wall. You have an MSI door tag, which is pretty cool. Oh, that's cool. It says, "I'm sorry, busy gaming." That's cool.
I love that so much.
That's pretty cool.
You could read into that. So
okay, that'd come in handy if you're if you're dorming at college. You know,
that's for sure.
Put that on the doorknob.
Who needs a sock, dude? Who needs a sock? Busy gaming.
Oh man. So the picture of him, I would assume that's him, unless he has a kid at the age 15. I'm not gonna judge.
Or a lover.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know the situations here, so we'll let that be. But apparently, him or his kid or his significant other is just as equally important as Call of Duty, which is, I think it's pretty funny. They're like both on the same shelf. But you know what? That's personal. You do what you got to do. You like it, then good. What is your thought on like just overall look?
I'm not crazy about it, especially I'm assuming it's some sort of like flimsy wooden pallet in the back that's blocking out the cables.
Yeah, blocking out the cables.
I'm pretty sure that's what hindered your wire management and out of sight, out of mind score, because it's pretty easy to just throw some sort of flat panel in the back and throw the wires behind it and call it a day. But, you know, If it works for you, man, by all means.
That's all that matters, you know? So
just don't submit to this show.
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm kidding.
Yeah. He's probably like, I'm never watching this again. All right, so this next setup. Now, this setup, the reason why I love it is because this guy should be sponsored by Nerd Block. If you look at this one photo, he has Nerd Blocks. I probably shouldn't zoom in too much. I don't know if his address is still. Actually, we'll zoom in. Nah, it's blurry. He has every Nerd Block and horror block. And God, I mean, I see a lot of people keep them and they think it's cool. Yeah, I don't know if I like it because it's just your shipping labels there. I don't think that's cool. But this is the. Wow, he's got so much going on. He's got all the old NES, SNES, N64. He's got tons of little figures. He has PS4 Drive Club with a car there. Call of Duty Ghosts. Oh, are those like the Ultimate Editions and everything? Oh, that's why. Yeah. And then he's got Mr. Potato Head, it looks like. I mean, this side of the room is just insane. Just, oh my God, so much. Whoa, do you see Forza is like taped to the wall?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. And there's actually another game in the other picture that's also mounted to the wall.
Oh, really?
I can't see it, but it's right above the middle monitor.
Okay,
I don't know the name of it, but
something second. And it's a car game. And Black Ops. Black Ops 2 is on there.
Oh yeah, I see that now.
That's funny. So, look at all the Halo collection.
I love the Halo shelf. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and he's got all the pop figures. My bad.
Yep. He does have a pop filter.
Yeah. Oh, he does. He got me there.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, he has. Oh my God, I would probably have a heart attack from all the stuff. But yeah, I mean, personal preference, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah. At first, when I looked at this, I thought it was amazing. I think your ability to collect and organize things for the most part is awesome, and I love all the gadgets and gizmos you have going on. But at the same time, it is so much. Like, you have multiple boxes of the same thing, and I feel like it's a little unnecessary. Yep. I think you just have a little too much going on the shelf and on the desk. I understand, like, you're a huge collector and you want to have all these things showcased and you take pride in them, but I think you could just go a little bit on the tamer side and do something that's still creative, still looks nice and sleek, and shows your collection in a more non-heart attack kind of manner. Not just because if I walked into your room, I'd kind of freak out a little bit because it's a little much. You know what I mean? There's just a lot that can get like knocked over. I don't know. It's like, just imagine an earthquake going on in that room.
Oh no, that'd be terrible.
Oh man.
You know what's funny? Someone said, I love how minimalistic this setup is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my personal preference going on to your setup because I'm super minimalist. I have nothing. So
well, the thing is though, with people submitting, they know that they're gonna get critiqued. Yep. So all right, here's the best part though. We didn't mention his age. Now, based on all of the collection, like the things, I mean, look at just everything that he has. How old do you think he is?
I put a range of 17 to 19. Am I totally wrong? He could be older, but there's no way he's younger than 17. No way. I don't believe it for a second.
You ready?
I hate you.
He's 13.
No, I don't believe that.
It's insane, but he's 13.
No, why are you 13 and have all this stuff?
You know what it is? He said, I spent a lot of time and money on this, which is the classic line of a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, that's what they normally would say. And yeah, I would. Now, normally people say spoiled, and I think for once I would kind of agree, and I don't mean that in a harsh way, but god damn, dude. Yeah. Damn. I would be lucky if I got one collector's edition of a game. My mom would beat me before I would get one of those. I mean,
I
insane.
don't know. I think I disagree because the thing is, he has so much on display. if you displayed all of the things that you've gone through in your lifetime,
True.
it would look ridiculous.
That's crazy though. Like, dude, 13.
Yeah. The thing that threw me off, and the reason why I have hatred for you, man, for making me look like an idiot on the internet, is because you have an NES and a Super NES and an N64 on display. Dude, you were born like 20 years after that came out. What are you doing?
Yeah. And
no, I'm joking, but you just threw me a curveball on that one.
Bro, he was born in 2002. 2002, man. What?
Stop! You're making me feel old.
I hope he's like an only child, because if not, his brother or sister is probably like has nothing. It's like, Mom, I don't get it. I don't get. Kyler gets everything he wants. What about me? But anyways, we're gonna stop hurting his feelings, because I'm sure we've done that. But oh my god,
we're not hurting his feelings. He's feeling like a champ right now.
Yeah, he's probably like, fuck
he's showing
you.
off his collection. That's what he wants.
Yeah, he's like, look what I got.
Good for you, Kyler.
Okay, I'm not gonna read the chat. I just read something really funny though. Okay, yeah, you're right. He's not spoiled. We're just jealous. I agree. There's a lot of cool shit in that setup. Okay, so next setup submitted by Ryan. Man, this is another one of those things.
17.
12.
Nah, yeah, I can see that, dude. I'm just throwing it high. Yeah. Dude. I have to.
It's just crazy, dude. It's crazy. Insane. Like, this is a more humble setup, I would say, of course, obviously compared to the last one, but still 12 years old, and he's like, yeah, I've been working on this for a year. I'm like, dude, when I was 11, I was like, I don't know. I actually don't know what I was doing at 11. I don't have a good joke. Yeah. But all right, what do you have to say about it?
Well, I was gonna say before that one of the main reasons why I gave it the age of 17 was not just because I was trying to throw it up high there, but because that's kind of what my setup looks like now, except that looks better, much better. So I really like how you don't have so much going on. Obviously, like I said before, the minimalist in me has to agree with that. I'm not like, I don't really know what else to say. It's pretty standard and basic. You have your gaming console, you have your PC, you have your separate monitors. I don't know. I have no hatred towards this setup for sure, because it looks sleek. It looks like you have exactly what you need. You have your thematic posters up there with your GTA 5. You have everything is pretty well managed for the most part. The cables seem like they're pretty on fleek, so
yeah.
I don't know. I have nothing but good things to say about this setup.
It's very straightforward, and if I really had a nitpick here, I would say the printer underneath is probably, although that is a good spot for it, taking a look at your actual space on your desk, it's probably not good for your feet. Yeah. The Xbox there, I wouldn't say that's terrible, but I would probably knock it over because that's how I do. The controllers there, I don't know if that was just for the photo, but I would probably put that on the keyboard tray to hide it.
I would actually say, sorry to interrupt, but I would say putting the controllers right next to the tower, just right under the desk. I feel like that's a nice hiding spot.
Yeah, it's like a little cubby there. Right there.
I'm sure that's where he puts them, honestly.
Yeah, he's probably showing it off.
Either that or right next to the
Check
Xbox.
it out,
but
bro.
Anyway.
Yeah. I would probably shift the displays over just a little so it's all centered with the keyboard tray. So I'd move like the keyboard, the mouse, and then fix the speakers a little because they're in the correct spot. Just I would fix it just a little. But yeah, let's see. I don't know. I frame the posters if you can. That's something I always kind of say. But for the most part, it's. Yeah, LEDs, that's true. Someone just said that in chat. That would look pretty good.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially, I feel like red LEDs more specifically just to go with the keyboard and the wire of your headphones, and the fact that I had the same exact Samsung TV that you have on the left, and that has a little red lining at the bottom, so that would go pretty well, especially with the controller, too.
Boom. And, someone also said command hooks. Yeah, put them on your wall, put the headphones there, bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. So let's go to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Brendan. And all right, wow, they're really young. How old do you think Brendan is? I just changed it up for you, right? You thought he was older.
Dude, there's no way he's young.
He's young.
What?
He's young.
All right,
dude.
I give up. I'll just say 15. I don't care.
15.
Yeah.
He's 13. Now this is crazy. This is like a 13-year-old.
Brandon, you can't do this to me.
Yeah, this is a I just said YouTuber. Oh, Jesus. This is a 13-year-old that has his shit together.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I may be 13, but this is about to be a clean setup.
Yeah.
Wire management is actually really good, except in another angle, which I didn't include because I'm stupid. His cables are a little coming out of the computer and out of the monitor and stuff.
I expected that with the angle this picture was taken.
Yeah.
Which is why I gave it the score that I did.
But as far as the floor, I mean, good job. It looks vacuumed, which is kind of a plus. That chair looks really comfy.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say something about
that. High quality. I don't know if it's the chair I'm thinking of, so I'm not even going to say it, but it looks like a good chair. Now, what are your thoughts on like the wall decals and the color of the wall and the framed stuff? What do you think?
I actually like that decal because it adds a little bit to the setup and the wall and the room itself that would otherwise just be a little bit on the bland side. I'm hoping that the decal actually means something to you. I'm assuming that's a skateboard with someone on it. So I'm assuming you like skateboarding, which I think is really awesome. One thing that I noticed that's like probably really stupid and small, but I'm going to point it out anyway, is the little streak that I guess the dude is like riding on matches the flow of the wallpaper.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's pretty nutty. Now you have to have Windows 8 for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Oh, wow. See, that I actually didn't know when these were submitted. That was submitted February 9th. So, man, we're still pretty far behind. But how cool is that? I don't know if that's actually him. I was going to say it was Bruce Lee or one of the Lees.
Not a clue.
On the wall. It just kind of looks like now I'm probably racist for saying that. I'm gonna revert what I just said. But the microphone, very interesting. The stand
I like it.
It's very. I've never seen a stand like that. Honestly,
Yeah, me neither.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, he doesn't have speakers or anything like that. That thing that we kind of
speakers.
No,
right behind the. Isn't that a speaker behind the monitor on the wall?
No, because I'm looking at the other angle.
Yeah,
I know I should have included that. I'm so stupid. It's an alarm clock. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very interesting alarm clock. But the big thing that he has here is an organizational bin to the right side and to the left side, which is why he can keep like things out of sight, out of mind. So props there. Good job. Not much else to say about his setup, but we still have two more setups. Three more. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Next setup is submitted by Harry, and Harry. It's a very hairy situation. Someone said it's Bruce Lee. Oh, okay. See, I was close. I knew it was one of the Lees. I don't know.
You're not racist anymore.
Yeah. See? Yay. Anyways, how old do you think Harry is?
16 to 18. He's probably 14.
He's 18.
There we go.
See, for once you did it, and you did good.
You know what? The problem with my age guessing, sorry to delay the review of the setup, is because I'm not used to everyone going so hard, so young, and they probably watch this show and they're like, I'm going to have an ill setup, I'm going to submit it, and I'm going to be awesome, proud and all that, and I'm like, dude, when I was 14, I had like a 20-year-old white chipped up desk that my mom painted over. Oh, it was terrible. So you guys are awesome.
Well, you know what I think is really funny? I think honestly what happens for a lot of people is exactly what happened to Harry. He's 18 years old and he's probably lazy as shit because let's just take a gander here. His cable management is god awful because it's non-existent. He has just so many hazards. But what's even worse is his damn Xbox One and 360 are laying on the carpet. What? Dude,
I hate to see it.
He has like a million cables. He has like just so many things plugged in. It's absolutely terrible. But speaking of things on the carpet, his PC is also on the carpet. No, and no. Then he has these amazing posters that look so good hung up, and he has like room for 3 more or 2 more completely empty. I'm like, bro, continue. Don't just stop.
The posters right off the bat caught my attention. I was like, wow, that looks so good. They go
Especially
together
framed.
so well.
Yeah.
And then my eyes veered down and I was like, oh dear, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I also think that TV on the right side that he's using as a display, it looks like he has Photoshop open, is absolutely horrendous. And I understand that it's old, but oh god,
honestly, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, there's a point where you had to say no thanks, I'm not gonna use it anymore. But what were you gonna say?
I agree with that. At first, I thought it was so horribly, horrendously ugly. No offense, but kind of offense. That I was actually contemplating whether or not, since you had Photoshop open, that it was a tablet, like a touchpad.
Oh,
that would kind of make sense because a lot of the times
huge.
Those have the wider bezels.
That's a good point, but
I feel like he probably had Photoshop open to signify that it was a touch kind of mechanic going on. Because
now you got me thinking. Let's see. Oh, what actually makes it even crazier? His thing says he's studying games, art, and design.
It has to be touch. It has to be touch.
You think so? I honestly hope so.
Honestly, if you have enough money to buy an Xbox One, I think getting rid of a monitor that's that atrocious would actually out-prioritize the new gaming console, personally.
The only thing that I don't... The only reason why I don't think so is because I think that bottom piece is like a speaker. And it looks like,
I thought of that too, but I wasn't totally sure.
I don't know. I hope it is. We'll just say it is for now. But yeah, I think that the displays are just kind of like confused. Oh my god, is that he has two mice next to each other?
We're not exactly sure what's going on with your setup, buddy, but we definitely appreciate your...
Thanks for submitting. Have a good one. I like the chair, though. I'll say that. It's a dope chair. It's a good job. And wow, he's got a lot of Xbox games. Good job. Okay.
Before we leave, I just want to... we reamed you through the whole thing, and I feel like that we did you an injustice. I think that you have a lot of stuff going on, but that also means at the same time that you have a lot of stuff that you can do with this setup.
Yeah.
So I think it's awesome that you have all this availability to do so many different things that we obviously know you're passionate about. And I think everyone that's watching this, and even yourself, would appreciate a little bit of a tidy up, some sort of, you should listen to Matt's tips and actually rearrange your wires, and maybe you'll have something awesome and you'll feel proud of yourself, and we'll be proud of you as well.
Yeah. Yeah, someone said that chair is the best thing about this setup.
Yeah, I agree.
It's dope. And the posters give potential to the setup. But anyways, let's go to the next setup. The next setup is submitted by Adam. And here we go again. How old do you think Adam is?
15/16. 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Got him. Yeah.
Nice MacBook for 12.
Yeah, seriously. And I have to say, dude, he's got the cool iPad arm mount, which is so cool because he's using it as a secondary display. Well, I guess a third display, rather.
Yeah, I'm very confused about that. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Is that an iPad that you're talking about that's on that arm?
Yes.
And that's an extra display?
Yes.
I'm lost. I'm out of the loop.
There's an app. There's a couple apps that you could actually use to make an iPad a secondary display.
Honestly, I'm sorry for even being on the show because I had no clue.
But the thing is, the reason why it's not good to use is because it's gonna lag. It's not smooth. You're not getting a lot of frames. Blah blah blah. So, he has an episode of Pimp My Setup up on there, but I hope he doesn't watch it on there because that's probably laggy as balls. But regardless. The one thing I love about this kid is that he was like, listen, I like Apple stickers because we got one on the door, we got one on the chair, one on the keyboard, and one on the other drawer. So he was like, listen, I bought a lot of Apple shit and I'm going to show it off. So that's kind of what he did. But this is another setup that I think is too cluttered on the desktop. What do you think about that?
It has the... I guess you could say you could get rid of the iPads, honestly. Yeah. But it has everything that you need. I think it's just that the desk isn't small, big enough. You know what I mean?
Not a lot of depth. It's I mean, he's literally, if he moves all the way into his desk, he's on top of his keyboard and monitor. It's insane. And I maybe try, because you have drawers for you have covers for all your other drawers. Maybe get some cloth to cover the inside of that open one, because that kind of kills it for me. I mean, it's not terrible, but it is something. And the cable management, so easy to fix. I mean, you take that strand of cables and you just push it over, get some Scotch tape, honestly, if that's what you want to do, and just boom, tape it on there and bring that power protector up. And then, I mean, what's this on the wall? Oh, is it a picture? No, dude. What? It looks like that picture at the top left is just him. Looks like there's one other guy, but it's just him with a bunch of girls. And he's like, "What's up? What's up?"
Oh man, please tell me that's like a family reunion, and it's just like you have a lot of girls. Like,
no, that's him and all his girls. He's like, "What's up? What's up? This is me and my crew. I'm 12 and I know what's up."
Got lots of Apple stickers. I'll hold you down.
I got you, girl.
Oh man.
All right, we probably hurt his feelings too, so we're gonna move on now. No, he's probably like, yeah, man, you know I'm a pimp. All right, so the next and final setup of the episode is submitted by LordGrii.
I love that. Love that.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
That's actually your first name.
Nah, that would be pretty cool.
LordGrii.
My name is LordGrii. All right, so taking a look at it, how old do you think he is?
18.
18, yeah, and you're right.
Older?
Nope, you're right.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's 18, yeah. And someone also said he's a pimp about the last time. That's so true. It's so fitting for the show. But yeah, so he's 18, and you know what it is? I'm seeing more consistency through younger kids, and I think it's because when you hit 18, you're like lazy, like I was saying about the last guy. So I think that's probably what happened here. He has a lot of nice displays. They all look, I think they're all the same. I mean, they're not like cutting edge, thin bezel, blah, 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 but you know, it works. And the webcam is extremely old, but you know, it's
we can still see your face. So
yeah. I don't
I'm not sure what's going on under the keyboard and mouse totally.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't have any suggestion for you on how to change it other than just swap it out with something totally different, because those two, all the colors from the mats that you have beneath those items and devices, it doesn't work with anything else in the setup. And if you removed those completely, I think it would like really change how we perceive your setup, because everything seems to actually have like the colors actually kind of go hand in hand for the most part, and then just the mats just kind of, I don't know, they throw a weird curveball, I feel.
Yeah. So someone just, actually multiple people said, bro, that long cable is killing me. And I was like, I'm like, wait a second. And I think they're talking about the one from the headphone that literally loops all the way through. Mm-hmm. I would plug that into the front of your computer if you have it. I don't know if you have that port. It looks like you might. Like, right. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do. So what the I don't know. Yeah, you know, this does look like a lot of older stuff. Like, he hasn't updated his stuff in a long time. Yeah, that's probably what it is, because everything looks quite old. I don't know what to... I think this is one setup that I'm just confused about. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it.
I like the consistency with the monitors across the board. Yeah. I like the fact that they're all the same. Like, that's always a plus, because honestly, for me, and a lot of other people, it's you get the monitors that you get along the way, and you don't always, match everything. So it's nice that you actually have that going for you.
Yeah.
And I know that the speakers are probably old, but I think they look pretty cool. And they go nice with the wall and the desk, so
yeah.
I like it.
They look pretty awesome. I mean, I have no idea about stuff like that. I don't know if that's old or new or what the case is.
I think it looks old personally.
Yeah, it just looks like a silver speaker. Honestly, nothing crazy. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about that. But someone actually had a good point. If you just update the sound, I'm reading other comments as I'm trying to think. Update the monitors. Yeah, like, it's cool that they all match, but I'm sure it was very expensive way back in the day for whoever originally bought it, or if you originally bought it. But now, you should just get like an ultra wide or something. But
I agree.
Yeah, so there we go. I think that's it as far as reviewing setups, but now is the part of the show where we break people's hearts and we give scores. So here we go. Actually, let me quickly mark off who won the episode. Let's see.
Magical technology here today, folks.
Yeah.
Watching that, doing this live. It's nutty.
So cool. So here we go. First setup was submitted by Lawrence. I forgot the S in the thing. Lawrence, and got a 67, followed by Blake with a 59. Will R got a 76. Come on, bro. Make it better. You have... I mean, by the time you're 14, I'm expecting some crazy spaceship as your setup or something. Seth walked away with a 69. Jonathan got an 89 and came in first place for this episode. Younes walked away with a 66. Kyler walked away with a 64. Ryan walked away with a 75. Brendan walked away with a 79, which is second place. Harry walked away with a 56. Bro, please.
Hate to see it.
And Adam walked away with a 63. And last but not least, LordGrii walked away with a 66. And can we just go back to the setup by Adam and take a look at him? He's a pimp. And you should be more like Adam. Anyways, there you go, guys. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Pimp My Setup, episode number 44. We're going to live on July 14, 2015. My name is Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at MattPhilly.
And I'm Quid. You can find me at MX Quid.
Woo! There we go. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll catch you on the Flippity. Woo!